What up though, y'all? It's Chris. Appreciate you connecting with me while I get today's 10,000 steps in. Today we're gonna talk about losing weight, but in a different way. When you taking that enhanced weight loss path. I'm talking about Ozempic in particular. And how it seemed like a lot of celebrities is using it. And I've been seeing people kind of get roasted about it. Some respond, some don't. What's her name? Recently, what's her name? The one rapper girl, Ice Spice. She done lost a bit of weight. There's been a bit of talk about her, whether she's used it or not. She responded like, it was an odd response. She said, what even is Ozempic? And, y'all lazy, all that sort of stuff. Now, in fairness, the response wasn't a very good one. The response sounded like the very thing that somebody guilty of using Ozempic would say. But I'm not quite convinced that she is using it. She's in her like early or mid 20s. I think she's like 20, 24 or 25. I could be wrong, but I know she's like early to mid 20s for sure, even if I don't know the exact age. And she really wasn't overweight like that. She was a little bit, curvy, I guess. She had the whole derriere thing going, which is very popular in hip hop culture, but she wasn't overweight. So the amount of weight that she's lost, her being the age that she is, and being that she didn't really have a whole lot to lose in the first place, I'm not quite convinced that she is one of the people guilty of taking it, even though that response that she gave, it did sound pretty sus. But in her case, I don't know. It could be, possibly not. For her, I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt and lean more into not. Now, in the case of Lizzo, yeah, I definitely think she took some. Shout out to Lizzo. Lizzo's from Detroit, so I'm not about to throw no shade at her. I ain't about to talk bad about her, any of that sort of stuff, because I really try not to do that when it's people from Detroit. But just the weight loss difference that she's had, I'd assume it'd be more her than Ice Spice, who took Ozempic. Some of these celebrities, they're more construction. Let's get out of the rough. Got people behind me building this stuff up. More luxury stuff, man. Downtown Detroit. This is what's happening. But you've got some celebrities or public figures that they just kind of don't really keep it real when it comes to that sort of stuff. It's kind of like some of these fitness influencers when it comes to taking gear. They don't really keep it a buck with the fact that they be taking gear. They want you to convince that they want to convince you that eating a couple chicken breasts per day and eating a cup of rice per day is how they got so jacked. And it's just like, nah, man, I'm not buying that. So a lot of them, they're not going to be honest about it anyway. But then you got somebody like Elon Musk, who is also a public figure and a celebrity in his own right, who he just admitted. He was like, yeah, I took Ozempic. Sure did. I really, like it. So I respect that. I respect the heck out of that. Somebody that's just like, yeah, I took it. I'm not embarrassed about it. This is what I took. This is how long I took it. Even some of the fitness influencers, you have a handful. They'll be honest about taking gear. You'll have somebody like More Plates, More Dates. I'm not subscribed to him, but I probably should subscribe to him. That guy is like super knowledgeable about all of this stuff. I think I might after I make this video. But you got him who's very upfront about he uses gear. This is what he takes. This is how much he would take. And then you got somebody like Liver King who was just like lying about it. Regardless of how absurd the claim seemed, him lying about it, he just still stuck on it. And then eventually, and ironically, the guy who I mentioned, More Place, More Dates, that's who exposed him. You know, so you do have some people that they do these things and they will keep it a buck about it, and then you got others that they will not. So even if Lizzo is using it to kind of like cut corners, I'm not so sure if she would ever admit it. Maybe one day she would. And, you know, this is all speculation. I don't know for sure that she is. But I'm more inclined to think that she's using it than Ice Spice. Because Lizzo's a little bit older, had a bit more weight to lose in comparison to Ice Spice, who's a bit younger and a lot less weight to drop. So, man, my feelings about Ozempic, I mean, if that's what you want to do it. But all these shortcuts, they have a side effect usually. You got the different, like, weight loss surgeries that you can get done, and they usually have side effects. I know somebody that they were going to have a weight loss surgery done, and the side effect was they weren't going to be able to drink pop anymore. And yeah, I said pop. I'm from Detroit. What you want me to do? They couldn't have pop anymore. And I don't know if that was one of the reasons why they ultimately decided not to go through with it or what. But I know that was something that they were concerned about. So even something like that, like me personally, that wouldn't be a deal breaker for me. But I can understand somebody that really enjoys drinking, you know, sugary beverages, carbonated sugary beverages, having an issue with that. But I'm not sure what side effects Ozempic has. It probably does have some side effects that may be already known that I'm just not privy to, or it may have some that are unknown. They've yet to be revealed. I don't want to get political on y'all, but you know, the COVID vaccines, you know, some people, they were, as they put it, injured behind taking them. Not everybody, but some people were. So if you have some people being affected by the thing, this is a side effect. It may not be a widespread one, but it's a side effect nonetheless. So if you're somebody that's a bit overweight and you were considering doing this, be careful, man. That's the best advice that I can give you. Be careful, because a lot of times there's going to be side effects that are, you know, known, but they're in the fine print, so they don't really highlight them. It's kind of like when you look at an ad for some sort of drug, how they'll advertise the drug, and then at the very end of the ad, they have all that quick gibberish about what all the side effects are. So it could be that sort of thing, one of those fine print sort of things that they're not gonna go out of the way to highlight the harm that this can do to you. So just be careful, because it could be stuff that is harmful to you, and you may be affected and you may not be affected, but you have no way of knowing until after it's already been done. I really do believe that all of these shortcuts, it's just like in life. Shortcuts tend to have some sort of downside to them, some sort of, you know, side effect, kickback, that's not so great, whatever you want to call it. I'll sit for a second. So if you're one of those that is considering doing it, my recommendation to you is always going to be go ahead and do it the hard, grueling way. Go ahead and put the work in, the sweat equity in, and earn it. But, you know, people like to do things faster. They like going about it the easier way, the faster way, and that's only natural. But just understand that the faster and easier way is likely going to come with some sort of side effect that you may or may not be able to deal with. So that's it for the topic of Ozempic, man. I appreciate y'all connecting with me. I'm gonna get back to doing this walk. Like this video, give me that thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. I think I crossed 2,000 yesterday or the day before. Shout outs to y'all for messing with me, man. Y'all are the reason why I keep doing this, because I see y'all appreciate my opinions, my views and opinions about different things. So that's why I'm here kicking it with y'all about this stuff. I'll holler at y'all soon. Peace.